Soyam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Udapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Rekunathanidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahit Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sangana Lilita Sri Vishakanyadamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Mancha kalpatarupyacha kripa sindhubhyavacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhattavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bodhilasri. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bodhilasri Madhishila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Bhavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Siddhitarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangam Lingayate Giri Yakrapa Tamahamande Sri Guru Dinatarina Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, verse number 1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Avitreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaraja Nandavapakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pangajanabhaya Nama Pangajamalini Nama Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajankriyam. I apologize for the delay. I'm very sorry. Some confusion was happening in my head. Sorry. And then let me share the screen. So share the screen and then go to Bhagavatam class. Krishna. Oh my goodness gracious. And 17, oh my God. Okay. So I will this one. Okay. Share. Okay. So let's read the words. Sutta Vacha Tatra Gomithunam Raja Hanyamanamanathavad Dandahastam cha Vrishalam Dadrshe Nirpalanchanam Tatra Gomithanam Raja Hanyamanam Anathavat Dandahastam cha Vrishalam Dadrsho Nirpalanchanam. Translate Sutta Vacha, Sri Sutta Goswami said, Tatra, thereupon, Go Mithunam, a cow and a bull, Raja, the king, Hanyamanam, being beaten, Anadhavat, appearing to be bereft of their honor, Dandahastam, with a club in hand, Cha also, Vrishalam, lower caste Shudra, Dadrishe, observed, Nrupa, a king, Lanchanam, dressed like. So, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sutta Goswami said, after reaching that place, Maharaj Parishit observed that a lower caste Shudra, dressed like a king, was beating a cow and a bull with a club, as if they had no honor. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The principal sign of the age of Kali is that lower caste Shudras, that is, men without Brahminical culture and spiritual initiation, will be dressed like administrators or kings, and the principal business of such non-Kshatriya rulers will be to kill the innocent animals, especially the cows and the bulls, who shall be unprotected by their masters, the bona fide Vaishyas, the mercantile community. In the Bhagavad Gita 18.44, it is said that the Vaishyas are meant to deal in agriculture, cow protection, and trade. In the age of Kali, the degraded Vaishyas, the mercantile men, are engaged in supplying cows to slaughterhouses. The Kshatriyas are meant to protect the citizens of the state, whereas the Vaishyas are meant to protect the cows and bulls and utilize them to produce grains and milk. The cow is meant to deliver milk, and the bull is meant to produce grains. But in the age of Kali, the Shudra class of men are in the post of administrators, and the cows and bulls, or the mothers and the fathers, unprotected by the Vaishyas, are subjected to the slaughterhouses organized by the Shudra administrators. So, in the chapter 16, we were discussing, we were seeing the conversation between the Dharma, the bull, and Mother Earth in the form of a cow. Both of them are in distress because the bull, the three legs of the bull has been broken. And Mother Earth also is in great distress, and they are sharing their emotional, it was a very emotional conversation between them. How the Mother Earth is distressed to see the bull in such a tortured condition, and so also the bull is inquiring into the reasons why the cow is so unhappy, Mother Earth is so unhappy, and we had very detailed insight into the reasons for their distress. Now, in this verse, chapter 17.1, we see how Maharaj Parishit comes to the scene, and how he handles the situation. And the Kali is like dressed up like a king, but he's a Shudra. You can make out by his appearance, and he is mistreating these innocent animals. And Maharaj, how Parishit deals with them, King Parishit deals with them, with him. That is the subject of this chapter. Then, so in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Krishi, agriculture and protection of the cows and mercantile activities is the dharma for the Vaishya class of people. And the Kshatriyas are to protect, give protection to the Brahmanas, the other all people, and especially the Brahmanas, cows, and the elderly and children. So the advancement of civilization is measured by how we take care of the innocent and helpless in society. So the elderly parents, the elderly folks, and the children, and the cows and the brahmanas, they are it is the Kshatriya duty to protect them. So we see Arjun. We have seen in the earlier chapter, King Yudhishthira is inquiring from Arjuna, seeing him so despondent. Were you not able to give protection to to somebody who approached you for shelter? That would aggrieve him. So that is the that is the Kshatriya, means the one who protects from injury. Chatrana. So formerly the kings used to be great Kshatriya kings, and they used to maintain the Brahminical culture in the society. They were very saintly kings who were ruling the kingdom as the representative of Lord Krishna. So the protection of the Brahmanas and the cows was very dear to their heart. Not like nowadays we see in the age of Kali, with the advancement of Kali, we see these large scale slaughterhouses opened. And so the innocent animals are sent to the slaughterhouses as soon as they stop producing milk. And and nowadays there is no role for the bulls. Before, they used to be used in tilling the land, and they were the supporters of the society. I mean, the bull is called the father, and the cow is the mother, because bulls were engaged in tilling the land, and then the farmer would get the grains from those fields. Nowadays, the bulls are simply engaged in, they have only their meat value, because all these tractors and other industrial equipment has come to take over the agriculture field. So formerly, just in growing up in village India, I have experienced my own father, having a few cows in the field and engaging the bulls. He was an agriculturist. So I'm very, reading this section, my memories goes back to those times. So whereas nowadays kids are not even familiar seeing any such sites, or they are only given these electronic toys to play with. They do not have the such a rich background of nature in which they can play and experience nature. So especially the cow is one of the 7 mothers that according to Vedic culture. So and the milk given by the cows is the nourishing food that produces the tissues in our brain, and which can understand the spiritual culture and Vedic knowledge. So the saintly people, the saints, they used to live on just some milk, which they, we know from the story of Shukadev Goswami. He would stop at the door of a householder only for the time the cows was milked. So he will bless that household by accepting some milk for his food. So they used to live on, subsist on the milk and such milk products. And the villagers, they used to the cow dung as the manure, the cow dung to cleanse their houses, even to smear the inside of the houses with the cow dung. That was the Vedic culture. And the Panchagavya, that is all the products of the cows, that is the cow dung, the urine, the milk, the curd, and milk and the curd and cow dung and the urine, the milk, curd, and the ghee. They are all the sacrificial ingredients we use while performing yajnas. So Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita that I am the hudam, that is, I am the clarified butter, and the ghee that is poured into the sacrificial fire. So the cow gives all the products that we need to perform Vedic sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord. So that cow is being so insulted in the modern civilization, tortured. Srila Prabhupada has said the two most heinous acts that bring back so much karmic reactions in our human society, that is the slaughter of the cows and the bulls, and the abortion of the unborn child. So we experience wars in human society. Every time there is a war going on, every time there are tensions between countries, and large scale destruction of people in the name of their religious genocide, or some kind of political enmity. All those things, these are all, we understand the Vedic literature teaches us, these are all karmic reactions that come back to us. And the environment, we see there are fires everywhere. There is fires in California, there is fires in Greece, which are burning up, or there are floods in Europe and the floods in India. We know the kind of we cannot expect the rainy the seasons to keep their the regulated way of bringing rainfall or anything anymore. So these are all consequences of the karmic reactions incurred by the modern civilization. So the Kali is representing the Shudra class of men who have become administrators and kings in modern times, the presidents and so-called, greatly the men of power in human society. And we have seen how much quarrel there is between them. In America, on January 6th, we have seen what a calamity that was happening in the very house of administration, and where the people selected by the government, where the people are selected by the people and governed by the people. What a show that was. So much is the the element of quarrel and hypocrisy in human society. This is all due to the evil that is perpetrated against the innocent and the defenseless. So here it said, anathavat, that is as though they have no masters. So previously, the Vaishya community, they used to take care of the cows and bulls as part of their family. So when the cow dies, the woman and children would cry because she was so much loved. But nowadays, the society thinks that that polythene bag is the source of the milk, and they have no care for the animals. And we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, those who consume the meat, they are so blissfully unaware of what is going on in the slaughterhouses, how the animals, birds and animals are treated there. I mean, they do not care to find out, even though there are films made sometimes to awaken the conscience of humanity. Even here we have the vegan community. They talk about, they raise a voice against torture of innocent animals, and so in spite of all such efforts, this this very cruel trends are the the face of today's culture. And so what is that I wanted to say? So it is not that those who consume, those who are meat eaters, they should keep, they can assume a very innocent role, because it is their ordering the meat that causes the animals to be killed. And it is a conspiracy between those who are the butchers, I mean, who run the slaughterhouses, and those who make it a business of selling these meat products, and who run the hotels or restaurants, which sell the meat, and those who consume the meat. So it is a conspiracy that is run against these innocent animals. So those who are eating meat, they can never, be exempt from the karmic reactions in this whole business of selling meat. And so we will see how Kali deals with, Parishit Maharaj deals with Kali in the coming verses. Since I'm very sorry, I apologize for the late start. I had a senior moment. I was always thinking, oh, there is time. It is at 7:30 only. 7:30 only. I went on into chanting and forgot it. Suddenly hit 7:30. Sorry. And so thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you for being patient with me and listening. So if there is one quick question or something, we can discuss. Thank you. Okay, if no more questions, no questions.
Hare Krishna Mata, please accept my humble obeisances. Glory to Guru Maharaj.
Please accept mine too, Kabji.
Mataji, wonderful class, particularly, how you were able to relate to the cow and the bull, making it more personal. I've also seen it with some families, where they used to, when I was growing up, they would have the cows and the bulls in the house, actually, and in fact, even my brother in Indore, he has a, goshala, and then, how they treat the cow, they started with one, wayward cow called Lakshmi, and then she was a young born calf. From then on, they would actually keep her in the house. They could sleep in the bedroom with them, So, it was really, thank you, Mataji. You bring back so much memories of that.
Thank you, Prabhu. The cowshed is a small goshala, was very much a part of an agricultural household, and how the goshala is cleaned and how the cows are taken care of. My father also used to give names to the calves, like he will call one calf Kunyu Raman. And one day he was asking, a little loudly, have you tied up Kunyu Raman? And some passerby said, what is that Kunyu Raman being tied up? So I can remember all those things, and especially I might mention how attached I was when I visited Mayapur Goshala first time. That was in 2006 sometime. And, we were allowed to go to the Goshala and see the cows there. There were probably more than 100 cows in there.
Wow.
And then we went to see the cows. And this person in charge of the Goshala, he's calling out, Lelita. And one cow comes running from the midst of the middle of all those cows. And then he calls Shyama Sundari. And there comes another one. I was totally reminded of Krishna calling the cows by his flute, by their names. And, everybody who has read the 10th canto, they would appreciate how Krishna showed by example how he would personally go cow herding with his friends, and how he would personally take care of those calves, and even as a child, how he would milk the cows, and he gave so much love and protection to those animals.
I still remember, Mata, small kids, when they bring the cow for milking in front of home, a small kids, we would carry a tumbler and directly get the milk with the froth, warm milk,
Krishna, yes. Yes,
Yes, thank you, Mata.
Thank you very much, Atta Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, Lingaraj Prabhu, probably we can end the class here. Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. I think Prabhu may be in a meeting. I think we can just end the call ourselves. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, okay. But I don't see that leave. We can leave, Close the application. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.